Hey y'all!
Page, you know what it is. Insight from the gods. Lock him in the building. Brother Knowledge in the building. Special guest in the building. Grammy nominated rapper / producer. My man B-Moor than usual. Definitely did the unusual with his skill set. Glad to have the brother as a guest. You know what I'm saying? Let brother Knowledge acknowledge the people.
Indeed, no doubt. Welcome. We finally made it to people that's tuned in our beginning stages of this podcast, trying to enlighten individuals and be enlightened ourselves. We got the brother right here, man, is an inspiration from the hometown, doing phenomenal things, you know what I'm saying? I would have never known. See, that's how you move in silence, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about, making your move and just doing what you got to do. Sometimes you just got to lock in. And it ain't even about the attention or the fame and none of that. It's just about getting on your purpose. And Slim has really got on his purpose, so he's gonna share a lot of that with us today to help you stay focused and how to stay under the radar and stay on your purpose.
No doubt. Introduce yourself to the world, Lord.
Man, it's B-Moor, man. Grammy nominated as bro keep pointing out, right?
Indeed.
Songwriter, producer, artist. I do a little bit of everything. I wear a lot of hats, man. All for the people, for real.
Well, how was the experience itself? Just knowing you was nominated for the Grammy. I want you to unpack that a little bit because a couple of weeks ago, me and Brother Knowledge had a show about how artists from Baltimore don't get supported. How this city seems to overlook the talent that they have already residing here. And so because of that, I want you to build on that, how it felt, the experience, what happened during that time when you was headed to the Grammys. Unpack all that for the public, man, so they'll understand, you know what I'm saying, what the God was going through at that very moment.
It was definitely surreal. It took a couple months for it to like really hit home, you know what I mean, for me to even be like, you know, like it's real. And my mentor, you know, Malik Yusuf, like hit it on the head. He was like, bro, like, it's really rare for people to get into the nomination field for a Grammy. It's like it's easier to get a platinum plaque than it is to get a Grammy nomination.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? So it took a little minute for it to set in. I still don't think it really set in until the day of the show, actually, because of everything that happened, the LA wildfires and everything. Because the message came out like, hey man, it would be in bad taste if we came out and had a whole bunch of people come to California. Then in true Hollywood fashion, the show must go on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like
No
maybe
doubt.
like 10 days out, it was like, yeah, it's still going. Just not less parties or whatever. By that time, I had canceled all my situations. So
Right.
but overall, man, it still was a wonderful thing. I think Dr. Naim Akbar talked about leaving a legacy of competence for like my nieces, my sons, my daughters, right? Like this, anybody that's close to me, anybody that's tapped in with what I'm doing, it's like you can face all types of adversity in life and still make it to the heights of whatever path you choose that you want to walk on. We going back though. Like the Grammy nomination one, no, we lost. We lost. The Tank and the Bangers was a great project. The category I was in was spoken word album of the year. And we be back. We coming right back for them.
No doubt.
You
got one particular song that kind of reached out to me. You know, I got knowledge of self, so that particular song, God is in my DNA. What was your creative process like when you started creating that? When that came together, what was you thinking about, like catering certain kind of music to the masses and making it receptive to the particular audience? Was it a particular audience you was catering to, or did you just let your creative juices flow?
To be completely honest, I like to give Minister Louis Farrakhan credit for that, right? I think like maybe like '01, something like that. He was real. It was a lot of stuff going on in hip hop. I think Kiss and Beans had the beef, and they was trying to sit down. He was saying that for every rap song, he had to write 1,000 speeches.
Right.
So in my mind, I'm like, well, how can I put 1,000 speeches into a rap song?
Oh, okay.
In a way that's not lame, because a lot of times people go at that way and it just be like, all right, yo, it's like cookie cutter for real.
Indeed.
It didn't happen. It took me, I would say 20 years, because I was in the process of making a whole nother type of project, and then the inspiration came for Yes Lord, my project is coming out tomorrow, and what happened from that, also, when you get on frequency, you start to attract a lot of things that's in that. So like with that song in particular, DNA, Fire Man, that's fire, and Swisher, like they came up with the beat, and the hook, and the moment I heard it, like the song was instantly written. The inspiration was right there. So like I can connect on those degrees of just knowing like God is in my DNA and so much more. And just just playing on words, but all the music that I do, I think I made a post a couple weeks about it. It feels good to me that my 2-year-old can listen to it all the way up to my mom who's 67. You know what I'm saying? So it's. I know that's God working through me because I was making something totally different. I was doing something else.
Yeah, that's what's up. Just real quick, I want to ask you a couple questions, probably for the viewers and myself, right? So since I'm getting familiar with your work, I'm getting it from the back end though, you know what I mean? So I want to get like a glimpse, and just for people that don't know, you know what I mean? Like what's your CD, when you first dropped your first CD? What kind of response you kind of got, when you got the most support from, and what kept you focused to keep pushing to get to where you got to?
Well, this is my first studio project that's dropping tomorrow. I've done a few little like mixtapes, EPs, and definitely launched a few singles. But I think Don't Give Up was my first single that I actually put out. That was like in 2018, which received a lot of support from around the country. More recently, I've been able to tap into like the international markets. In fact, I just did a song with a brother from Ghana, JJ Gonami. That's gonna be beautiful. We're gonna drop that soon. So like support wise, it's weird that a lot of times you get supported outside of your hometown. Right. You get a lot of support from outside of your hometown, and then like, we were just building on that. Like a prophet not really received in his hometown. Jesus put that degree down, and that's because people saw you at one point in life, and then they like, especially with this type of music, which I know some people say, oh, it's gospel. No, it's inspirational music, right? For people to do something, be more than usual, right? So to do something more than what the usual context is. But I can't say that I really marketed. I've been on papers. I did half my been on the street. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I didn't want to be famous and on parole. I watched what happened with Meek Mill, and I like, Bull popped the wheelie. They sat him down for three years. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it was like a lot of stuff I just didn't want to do. And now that that's concluded, I'm back outside.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's what's up, Lord. Another particular song, I had posted it one time. I used it in one of my posts. It was called Blessings Over Baltimore. Don't know if that's the title. Morning Prayer. Yeah. And the harmony of it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know I'm a lyricist, man. I love good lyrics. I love good music. And when I heard it, it kind of resonated with me. And a lot of people, they always accuse me, you only like New York rap. So I said, you know what? I'm going to smack them in their face this time. But not only do I know him personally, but the song is definitely talking about B-Moor. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to understand, again, that creative process and what made you think about Blessings being over Baltimore, and what drove you to feel like that was needed.
My whole point of doing this, right, is, like I said, trying to get 1,000 speeches into a song. And with Morning Prayer, I think the setup for that line is like, go where you never gone before. I remember a time, I'm sure you remember, where people from West ain't go over East. Right. People from East ain't go over West, right? So like, I remember it was tough to ask somebody, you been at Eastern Shore, you been to DC now, and people never left. Right? So it's like, go where you never gone before, because that's where your blessings are. You can always come back home. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore needed that. Like people to this day, we still need it. I don't think like the lights are on, like they flickering. They not on. Like all right, so here's the spotlight on the city. Angel Reese is doing her thing.
Right.
Little Reggie's doing this thing. So like we got these pockets and it's happening.
No doubt.
Like the process is happening.
Yeah.
But it's like I know when all my music, what I'm saying that if it does hit the people, whoever it hit, they're gonna recite those lyrics.
Right.
So it winds up becoming a mantra or affirmation for the people. So for that, like, yeah, man, blessings over Baltimore. We done said enough about the destructive side. And, well, you can't go nowhere. But they like, is it like The Wire? First thing, can you take me to The Wire? You know
Everybody
what I'm saying?
say that.
That's the first thing. But like, you got to see that was a blessing too. But it's more to it. It's way more in the city. It's way much. It's so much talent. It's a shame.
Yeah, I definitely respect the God vision and your spiritual connection that allows you to convey what you know is in your heart and your passion without feeling like you have to make the normal or the norm. Like when you break the rules in that way, it's like, yo, look at this. You've seen that side of the coin. Now let's look at this side of the coin. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy because you know how I am. I like to go everywhere, and I like to try to connect people. You know what I'm saying with people. So I popped up on the guard. I wasn't coming to see him per se, but I was at a basketball game, you know what I'm saying, up in PA. And I was like, man, let me call the guard and let him know, yo, lock him in your town, yo, what's up? So the guard kept it 100 though. He said, I ain't gonna lie, I don't even come out for anybody. He said, but yo, since it's you, guard, I'm gonna pull up. So we pulled up, we chopped it up. We was at a basketball game, and he has a passion for the game. And so, you know what I'm saying, he was cheering the young guys on, you know what I'm saying, letting them know, like, no, shorty, move this way, move that way. And so, man, the guard had a chance to really chop it up. And so it's not a coincidence that his presence is here now back in the city because he's from Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, artists don't come back. It's like the city do them wrong in what they should support. And so when some people go and get that Grammy nomination or go chill, they stay chilling. They be like, man, I'm motherfuckers on some other shit, so I'm about to get on some other shit. And I want to, you know, commend you on that for just like standing 10 toes down and keeping your own inspiration high and your own drive for creating this good music and knowing that your time will come, man. That Grammy nomination, to me, that's phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely phenomenal.
No doubt,
You know what
no
I
doubt.
mean?
And of course, I'm gonna be the advocate for the people. I know the people probably saying, "Oh, let them spit something." So we just want to know is we gonna hear
water,
something.
A little something.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wasn't ready for that, but yeah.
You know, you always gotta give it. You always
We put
gotta
them on
give
the
it.
spot.
Yeah,
We put them on the spot. Show that talent,
Yeah, we
yo.
want to stay raw on here. We don't want to be scripted. So I'm gonna
No
do
doubt.
that now. They gonna get me too on stuff, so I'm prepared. I'm gonna get my lick now though. But nah, before the show out, you know what I mean, we're
I
gonna
got
get
you.
something from them.
Most definitely.
You know, because we want to support them. We want to know what we supporting and what kind of music it is, what genre of music it is, and I know he says not only motivational but it's inspirational, and it's definitely a difference between the two. When something is motivational, it's like an external force to help push you forward.